What is going on, guys? Back at it again with some more Black Ops 3, and indeed another requested video, and it was requested by my YouTuber friend JC and a subber dubber known as High Was Get. I hope I said the name right, buddy. They want to know how useful the grip attachment is on submachine guns. The grip in this game has different effects for different weapons to help battle the recoil. There are some SMGs in this game that have high recoil and some that have moderate to little recoil, but I guess you can probably know which ones they are by now, considering the game has been out for some time. I personally never use grip on SMGs besides two of them, because if you follow the recoil pattern and go the opposite direction of where the recoil goes, it works just the same or better. But if you do use grip on SMGs, this test will show exactly how useful it really is. So in this video, I will show the recoil pattern for each SMG, with and without grip, and then also give a little advice to maintain a good aim whilst fighting the recoil. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, before I start, I just want to let you guys know that if you're really close with any gun in this game, a grip does not take effect because there will be no chance for the recoil to be effective. The closer you are to the enemy, the closer recoil pattern will tighten up, obviously. It's not until you get into the medium ranges that using grip is going to be affected with the recoil pattern. As far as the CUDA is concerned with grip, it isn't a gun to have a really high amount of recoil, but as you can see, the pattern can still go pretty wide without it. If you put a grip on, the recoil pattern will tighten up a good bit, but a bullet or two may stray away every now and then. Best advice for the CUDA: without a grip, tilt the right thumbstick moderately down, and with the grip very slightly down to control the recoil. The VMP is obviously going to be much worse recoil because it is a high fire rate gun. If you don't have grip on it, the recoil pattern will go up and then to the right or northeast as it always has. If you're on a grip on the VMP, the recoil pattern will now go straight up but venture off to the right, so therefore it goes north then east. My best advice for the VMP: using the grip does not eliminate the recoil altogether, so it's still going to go in an upward pattern and then to the right. So when firing, tilt your aiming thumbstick moderately down and slightly to the left without grip, and with grip, tilt the aiming thumbstick moderately down when firing. It should eliminate the recoil before it goes up. The Weevil is also a high fire rate gun, but has a recoil that's probably the easiest to control. As you can see, the recoil pattern without a grip goes almost straight upward a lot. So without a grip, 80% of your bullets will be way off unless you start at your enemy's feet. However, that's not the most effective way to be killing many enemies at once. If you throw on a grip, it still goes upward, but definitely restricts the recoil from going way upward. My best advice for the Weevil: without a grip, tilt the aiming thumbstick down moderately when firing, and with grip, tilt the aiming stick down slightly. The Vesper is probably the worst with recoil, whether you have a grip on or not. To see how much worse, you can see that the Vesper goes up and then off to the left a lot without the grip. So it is similar to the VMP, but it predominantly will go off to the left instead of the right. If you put on a grip, it will still go off to the left, but not as dramatically, and will occasionally go off to the right as well. My best advice for the Vesper: without a grip, tilt the aiming thumbstick to the downward position and then to the right moderately. If you put on a grip, tilt the analog stick slightly downward. You should be able to control the recoil pattern before it starts to go upward, and then off to the left or off to the right, wherever way it goes. The Pharaoh is much different than most of the SMGs in terms of recoil. If you use the Pharaoh without a grip, it stays a slightly tight pattern. A little wide, but definitely not as bad as most SMGs. I never thought to put a grip on the Pharaoh, as I always do pretty good without it, but as you can see, the grip on the Pharaoh does make the recoil pattern a little bit tighter. Not too much, but just a little bit. Best advice with and without a grip: with the Pharaoh, shoot in the chest, and if you can't shoot in the chest, shoot a little above where the chest would be to land a nice easy headshot. With the Razorback, I have never really felt a massive amount of recoil. As you can see, without a grip, it forms a really tight pattern. That being the case, I just can't see a reason to put on a grip at all. But just to see what the grip does for the recoil on the Razorback, we will do it anyway. As you can see, the Razorback will still form the same result with the grip as it would without it. The pattern stays pretty tight, so best advice is obviously to aim and fire with and without a grip. It will stay on target. I can give you one more piece of advice before I end this video. If you feel you can't use the aiming thumbsticks method to control your recoil, as basic as it may sound, just burst fire, aka keep hitting the trigger button rapidly. If you do this, wherever you aim and fire is where it will always land. This works effectively for really long range shots. Anyway, that is going to be it for me, so I hope you enjoyed and or got something out of this video, and if you did, drop a like and sub a dub, aka subscribe to see more videos with the tips. Until next time, I say goodbye and good luck.